Hey, what's up, my Geminis? This is Damien with HK Readings, Healing Culture Tarot, here to do your May 2019 General Love reading. If you're a Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and/or Jupiter, stay tuned for the messages I have for you. Take what applies, leave what doesn't. Cross watchers, you are welcome. And some of these things may come out from your perspective, although generally I do read from the perspective of the sign. That being Gemini. So I also want to say happy early birthday to my Geminis. So I'm a Taurus, born May 15th. So, I share the month with y'all. And it's always like a live ass transition into Gemini season. I'm enjoying the rest of Taurus season. It ain't even my birthday yet. But I'm just saying happy early birthday because some of y'all are in May. So, whoop whoop to the month of May. If you vibe with the video, like, share, subscribe, leave your comments, let me know how you feel. I kind of want to go ahead and get into this. I just did Leo's May 2019, and now I am here to yours. Kind of I don't want to say like a drastic change, but alright, hold on. Alright. Now let's get into this. Geminis, y'all, I don't know if y'all are just anticipating the energies of your birthday and all this damn independent nature, but it's kind of live, I just have to say. Well, I was trying to skip that. That didn't work. Anyways, but it's like y'all are coming into, okay, so from the past here, what I see with the Three of Air reversed, there were hard times. It seemed like a lot of enemies were around you that were just trying to take from you. People who didn't really have your best interest at heart, again, continuously taking from you. I see this directly also pertaining to a serious breakup that you had that literally crushed you, made you feel very alone. And it's interesting talking about that feeling of being lonely because, being alone, because when we get to the Six of Water, Piscean energy and the energy of the moon, so we have Cancer here as well, and some read the moon is Scorpionic energy, so really we have water energy here, depending on, but this card is particularly the moon in Pisces. The moon and Pisces, not in Pisces. For those of you who realize sometimes my words are run together like that, being raised in the South, just kind of like throw it on together. But no, that's why I say alone, not lonely, because that's the energy of the Six of Water. Like this person, ends up kind of actually when they go into their solitude and they start finding themselves again, and they start realizing their origins, getting back to the basics and nurturing themselves and appreciating their divinity and being able to be alone and just moon bathe, basically naked, because it's a mermaid. So that's her body. She has no clothes on, so you see her bare-breasted, and she's just becoming one with the waters and the earth. To be grounded through these moments. And it also talks about, in certain instances, reemerging with friends, coming together to be merry. Okay? Enjoying that merriment. And we have cheerfulness right underneath the Six of Water to reflect coming together and celebrating in merriment. And you might be going out, even if it's just to celebrate, certain friends' birthdays. Like if you, have any Taurian friends you've been going out and partying with or going out to dinner with, or if there's been like like a dinner party or some type of event for a wedding, like a bachelorette type deal or a bachelor deal. But just something where you're very much in your own zone and taking care of yourself and like, again, realizing the divinity within you, but also being there for your close network of people and being, out and festive. Now, this is a love reading, So I see like you're just like I literally what popped into my head was "Do the Heisman" on that hoe, and I don't even know that fucking song, but I know that because people would, you know, it's a thing and people would do it and then they would like say the line. So I'm just like it pops into my head randomly, and then it just kind of stops because I don't know the rest of the song. but but that's exactly what I see here. Like you're going straight from the Two of Swords to the Two of Wands with the Ace of Wands reversed and the Five of Swords. Okay. Now, this is why I say this is so live because, okay, there's no water and no earth because I feel like all of that the grounded energy and all of the inner emotional stability and balance, like I feel like all that's already incorporated, so we don't need to see that in the cards, but we see action wise like what's, you know, what measures are being taken in your love life. Does that make sense? And we go from the Two of Swords, like choosing not to make a decision, to, in a sense, having that turn into making a decision. It's like you come from this point of, now I think this pertains to forgiving someone. For some of you, it's forgiving someone. For some of you, and for the same of you in that, it could deal with like looking back at harsh truths that came, you know, that you could have seen in the situation that you just chose to be blind to, that would have helped you be over it sooner, like whatever it is. But I really feel like for a lot of you that I'm reading for, it's choosing not to make a decision and forgiving this person. Okay, like you just want to, you want to do you want to focus on your life, you want to focus on those you care about, and then like this situation comes up and then you just like, I don't want to deal with it, so you do that Gemini and shit and you just like move away from that real quick. But that's what's up, because you come in with this Two of Wands energy boldly, like having choices before you, eyes open, ready for, you know, transformation. And you're like, okay, so I'm ready for a decision now. I'm ready to make a decision. And I decide I am, wow, just like definitely not passionate about this anymore. I don't care how they did me. I don't care how they hurt me. I don't want anything with them. I feel them coming back. Like, this is because I feel like you're having to deal with the decision of taking back your ex. And you're just like, nah. And then you've got the Five of Swords here. Like, you're completely looking beyond all that shit of the past. All those swords that are stuck in the ground already. At that one sword that you still have in your hand. Okay? And that's the sword that prepares you for the next battle, the next endeavor, the next venture. Those other swords, you don't need them. Ain't even worried about them. Is he? Is he worried? No, he's not. Okay, I'm silly. But no, he's not fucking worried about it. Now, when we go down here, we've got death. This is all, I'm going to read the line of Sibylla cards here. We've got the Death card reversed. Cheerfulness, falseness reversed. A lot of reversals here, y'all. Sweetheart reversed, which also came up in the Leo reading. The Gift reversed. The Letter card, Thought reversed, and Constancy. Essentially, my Geminis, like, I'm trying to figure out how to sum this up to make sure it's completely, like, received, you know? I feel as though because you made this decision that affects you karmically, to not emotionally invest in this person who, you know, again, is symbolic of a cycle for you. You come into this energy where you're able to focus on your life and everything else, okay? And it's like, this is you, the realization after you go from like the Two of Swords to the Two of Wands, putting off a decision to actively making one, and realizing that like behind you is all of the right knowledge gained to make this decision, right? Like, so you have your basis, you have your foundation, your eyes are open, you're ready, like literally. Because the twos throughout, you know, represent some type of decision, but it's just like how we're making it, if we're making it, you know, if we're not making it. So you literally go from like that to, okay, let me fucking just cut this all off. Let me face the fact that there's more out there for me. Because I know it and I want it. So let me go ahead and stop doing what I always do, that definition of insanity type shit, and keep it moving. So, as you put an end to that fully, whether you still have this person as a friend or not, but definitely not in the realm of lover, with no emotions that will get you back there, it allows you to be able to celebrate and come into union with others and yourself and have good times, get back to the merriment that you know, once felt. But along with that, you're still very cautious. I'm going to go ahead and skip down to, from this card, I'm going to go ahead and skip down to this bottom row that's like right down here. We've got the Nine of Swords, the Princess of Wands, and then we've got the Nine of Wands. So the thing about the Nine of Wands is, the Nine of Wands is not like, and that's how it ties into the energy of like cheerfulness with the falseness reverse. It's like, the Nine of Wands is chilling. You know what I mean? But there's this defense about the Nine of Wands to where, like, you still are not going to be able to... This is a new individual here. This is an individual who's kind of gamed up to some shit. That's how I'm reading it now. So, like, there will be, like, this guard that you have that is, I feel like, a healthy guard reflective of what you've gone through. And that's why you can have the cheerfulness with the falseness reverse, where it's just like, yeah, I've healed, I'm on from this. I'm not taking no bullshit. I recognize lies for lies. Okay? Like when you evaluate your life and you see how everything else is groovy, and then you get, you know, falseness reverse followed by the sweetheart, followed by the gift. It's like, I'm not going to fall for that bullshit again, because I know where it leads, and it leads to nothing. It leads to nothing. Literally the whole transition from cheerfulness, falseness reverse, sweetheart reverse to gift to reverse. It's like, okay, so, and then you know, it kind of like reaffirms in yourself, like, this is why I focus on me with the Six of Water, and my friends, and those I love with the Six of Water and the cheerfulness card, okay? That's why. Because for now, you don't really see anything coming towards you that will not have you settle in any way. Total options galore when I see like the level of other people that may be interested in you from the cards that I have. I don't feel like many of them are showing it, because I feel like you're really exuding this energy of like, step to me how I need to be stepped to. Or else don't step at all. And nonverbal communication, hey, that's a lot more, right? What is it? 70% of communication. And it is the most effective, because, trust me, it gets a point across. And that's why people hate that passive shit, because you know you feel it. For example. But then as we get into like letter, thought reversed, and constancy, this is you standing strong, because like I just said, that's so interesting. It's like all these people that you see that like might show they're interested or they might not, and you're just not fucking with it overall, because you know that they know clearly, and you know that they can't step to you on the level that you need to be stepped on, like step to on. Like, I see in May there will be more bouts of communication. I think this will be from... It's definitely, for some of you, going to be some ex, like your most recent ex, the person that had you kind of at the tail's end of this experience here. But other tests of people who are coming in that may still be on that lower vibration, or still non-committal, or just resembling of something you've dealt with in the past. And with thought reversed and constancy, it's like no mind's given. Like you're not gonna fall for it. I see you continuing with a solid fucking guard here. The Nine of Swords with the Princess of Wands and the Nine of Wands, as they all tie together. You're not allowing yourself to take on anything that will give you those sleepless nights again, that will give you that anxiety, that will give you that worry. But you're looking back at where you came from, going through all that, and you realize how it's made you stronger, and like how it reinforces the guard that you have. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like, look at this, because they go like this. So anybody who comes into contact with you, you know, they see this, they acknowledge this, right? And this is probably why they can't step to you. They feel as though they can't. But if they were strong enough and real enough, that wouldn't be an obstacle for them, because everybody's got some shit, right, that you just can't walk up to. You have to be man enough or woman enough to, and if you're not, bye. So I get that, Gemini. And as they wonder why, you're looking back at this Nine of Swords saying, well, this is where I come from. Okay. And with a plain ass face, no fucks given, it's like either you can accept it or not. I'm not going to allow you to take me back there. Tell me how you want. Show me how you want. Or else get out of my face. Like, I'm feeling that real, like, seriously. I feel like, and again, another thing I always note with the Princess of Wands, she's got her, you know, she's got her beautiful cloak there on, but it's covering her entire body, crossed at her heart chakra. She ain't, no. And that's not saying love don't exist, love sucks. You're not coming from this energy, Gemini. You're coming from the energy of, you need to see something different. And you're not compromising. Princess of Wands, the Constancy card, you're not compromising that. And having death on the board, oh, and the Ace of Wands, and the Five of Swords, I mean, come on, you're not compromising. And you think the energy of the Six of Water here, as, you know, she's just enjoying, well, the feminine energy of the card is just enjoying the blissful nature of solitude, for one. So if you've got that, do you really need to worry about what would be perceived as bullshit? I don't think so. Maybe a couple of more Tarot of the Moors in your goddess guidance. More messages for my Geminis, May 2019, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter. 2 more messages for my Geminis, May 2019, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter. Right on. Goddess guidance for Geminis, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter for the month of May. There we go. Okay. Wow. Alright, that came out for Leo as well. So, good for y'all. You know, y'all are coming into it. I'll read it in a second. Oh. Alright. So, I feel like, honestly, new love might be coming in. The Three of Wands comes up with the Emir of Swords, and seeing that with your goddess guidance here of Aphrodite and Pele, you know, I feel like, you know, throughout May you're gonna get to a point where, like, okay, so since you're in this energy, you realize that, like, the ones who are coming to you are the people that you're not interested in. You realize it's, you know, a test. You realize that that's not how it's gonna go. I feel like you're kind of starting to realize that the big lesson that after you've come to, you know, the place that you're in now, to bring on this love, because you still want love, right? Who doesn't? But I mean, you're the lovers. Like, that is your card in tarot. Like, you want the energy of companionship within freedom at the same time. You know, just something so beautiful and true. And you realize you might have to kind of get it. You might have to kind of go out and present yourself. I don't want to say be the aggressor, but really present yourself. And as you start to do that, you survey your prospects, you survey your options. You know, throughout May, like, you start to see, I feel like, you know, mid towards the end, like, when Gemini season starts, you know, right there on what is basically the 21st of May, you're really gonna be, like, contemplating about someone. Now, there's, like, okay, look, the Emir of Swords is not reversed, but I do feel like this person who's coming towards you, you're gonna perceive them to be kind of pesky and a part of the same old routine and rodeo that you've gone through before, because they're coming in as a knight, as an Emir. That's kind of reckless, but just like going balls in for what they want. They're just gonna go for it. Like, this person's like coming at you and it's like, I'll deal with the consequences later. So, and then like, and I think even when you evaluate how calculated that is, it makes you be like, okay, well, like, okay, yeah, this person's totally a knight, right? But it still has you kind of like spying on them. I don't know. So it's like, it's somebody who's piquing your interest, and you might be a little judgy about it, you know, as we get through May. To be honest, like, that's what's coming to mind, the word judgy. But well, be judgy as you may, thinking that it's the same old shit with the Four of Cups here. Because, darling, you've got the Malik of Cups. So, what's really up is just like, this person might be coming at you because they just want you. And I think that certain things, like, may come as uncalculated and just brash and sharp. And even in how they communicate, like, you know, I'm freaking out because I'm like, you know, I think they might be an interesting communicator too. You're just like, but I feel like you can handle a Gemini if you pull the emotions you think you don't have actually out of a situation. Remember that. Because Gemini is just so emotional. I'm a Gemini moon. I know about how emotional we can be, but we act like we ain't. But yeah, as far as who you would be dealing with behind the scenes when it all comes to light, would be someone who's coming out as the Malik of Cups here. Someone with a deep surface, a lot of love to give, a lot of respect and nurturing to give. Like you'll be surprised, but not really, because intuitively that's kind of why you've been kind of like spying, or, you know, just thinking and checking this person's page. Like, and you just, I don't know, I don't like this person. I don't even know what I'm thinking about this person. They do this and they do that, and they just seem so. Don't do all that. Don't do all that. Okay. Now I got to get to the end of your video, Gemini. We've got Aphrodite, inner goddess. Awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. And Pele, divine passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Yas, bitch. So there we go. Like, so as, well, you've already awoken the goddess within you, you know, basically with the Six of Water here. So this is just saying, keep it going, keep it up. But then we get to Pele, and it's like, okay, so now that, you know, see that sun starting to rise on the Three of Wands, and you see that volcanic eruption in Pele. Okay, so you see that that there are eruptions, and like, and the sun is made of fire too. So you see that there's like this passion erupting for this individual who might be coming in as the Emir of Swords. Just, hey. That's how some people communicate, but wanting to offer you much more as they truly stand as the Malik of Cups. You know, I really think that if that's what you want, you need to do it. And be honest about it. And be honest about why you care about this person, why you may be seeking to get to know this person more, why you're even letting them around when other people can't even get in your energy space. All right? So I love you. Out.